One, two, three, four, five, big gun, keep my favorite.
What's up, nerds and nerdettes and wee little nerdlings all? It's your buddy Big John and G, the two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming.
My number 5 favorite game to play for Halloween. By Fantasy Flight Games. Eldritch Horror. This game is good for 1 to 8 players ages 14 and up, and it should take you between 2 and 4 hours to complete this epic. This is a story-driven game with plot arcs that are different for each of the ancient elders that you are going to fight. They each have their own deck of clues and adventures and stories. And with each of them, there are a couple of different variations. And I love the replayability that brings, but also the uniqueness to each adventure you go on. In essence, this Lovecraftian horror boils down to a great game of globetrotting in the age of Pulp Fiction. On the table, this game is going to bring you a sandboxy feel, almost an open world sense, since you can literally go to any point on the globe during your adventure. And this is going to heighten the cooperative feel as you are going out to all different corners of the world on the same quest to stop the same ancient evil. The thematics of this game drip right off of it. It grabs you by the throat with a fanged tentacle, and it thrusts you into the world and mythology of Lovecraft's mythos. And as you're delving, as this game is dragging you down into that theme, if you enjoy it enough, there are a lot of expansions. My number 4 favorite game to play for Halloween. From Mondo Games and Project Raygun, The Thing, Infection at Outpost 31. This game is good for 4 to 8 players ages 17 and up. It should take you about 1 to 2 hours to play. First, I just have to say that this does, in my opinion, perfectly capture the atmosphere of John Carpenter's sci-fi horror cult classic, The Thing. The game boils down to a hidden identity game. It's a race to discover who at the table is the Thing, and how to prove it and get rid of them before the rest of you make your escape on the helicopter. Or at least you hope all the rest of you are still human. You won't find out until that very last moment, right when you get in the helicopter and take off. The tension that brings is amazing. The game is heightened by the fact that, just like the movie, although in the game it feels a little quicker than in the movie, the outpost is burning down around you. So you have this ticking clock of fire eating away behind you as you're trying to figure out who's the Thing and how to get rid of them. Yes, this does play out as a magnificent tribute to one of the greatest sci-fi horror movies of all time. And with the inclusion of all 12 of the scientist characters, it's going to further your replayability with the game, adding different individuals. And then again, every game, somebody different is going to be the Thing. My number 3 favorite game to play for Halloween. Osprey Games' Escape from the Aliens in Outer Space. This is a 2 to 8 player game for ages 12 and up, and should take you 30 to 45 minutes to play. This game succeeds in delivering and evoking a dark, paranoid sensation with both a hidden identity aspect as well as hidden movement. Trying to get away from the players that are infected with the alien virus and DNA, the humans are trying to get to the escape pods to get back to Earth from the base. Those infected are simply trying to eat the humans, or at least turn them into other alien monstrosity hybrid creatures like themselves. The atmosphere of this game is heightened by the fact that the power is out on the base, and the cards are a stark black and white reminder of this, setting the mood for the game even further. The character choices to play are quite unique also, between starting off human or alien. And of course, nobody knows who is starting off as what, so you never know what you're going to get. But each character has its own unique ability, its own power, its own thing that it can do. Something that bends or breaks the rules. And that's going to change how you play the game from character to character. This game does have a lot of replayability, but it also has very simple rules and it's very easy to teach. There's no board, it's all done on spiral notebooks, each player having a spiral notebook map of the level they are on, and then dry erase pens. The cards, as you draw them, will let you tell the other players sitting around the table where you are, because they hear you moving, or a spotlight goes on you and they see you, or maybe the card lets you lie to them so they don't know where you are. It gets very difficult to track individuals in this game. And the humans just want to get to the escape pods. Oh, and usually one of them is broken. Which one? You won't know till you get to the escape pod. My number 2 favorite game to play for Halloween, by Plaid Hat Games. Dead of Winter, a crossroads game. This is good for 2 to 5 players, ages 13 and up, and should take 1 to 2 hours to play. This is a dark game with darker options. This game is a game of survival. This game is a game of saving your humanity as well as yourself. And this is achieved through the crossroad cards. Some of the crossroad cards, which are marked in case you want to take them out of the game, are quite mature and definitely 18 and older material. And these cards specifically make the game even more psychologically damaging and horrific. It all melds perfectly for a combination of horror meets psychological survival game in a box. Dead of Winter is what is called a meta-cooperative game. Overall, there's a common goal that all players need to work at together in order to succeed and beat the game. But on top of that, each player has their own individual goals that they're going to need to succeed in as well if they want to personally win. Now, there's another twist that can be added to this game. There can be a secret traitor or traitors, betrayers, in the game. And their goal will usually destroy everyone else. There's a brilliant use of environment. The environment is as much a danger to the players as much as the zombies are. You can quite literally freeze to death in this game. Overall, if you're looking for a game that will make you feel like you are in a great zombie serial, then this is the game that will make you feel like you are part of that series. It drags you into the theme, kicking and screaming, just as if the dead themselves were pulling and dragging at your ankles. My number 1 favorite game to play on Halloween, by Everything Epic, Coma Ward. This is good for 2 to 6 players ages 18 and up, and should take you an hour to an hour and a half to play. This game has a downright creepy feel and atmosphere to it. For a moment, my friends, close your eyes, get everything out of your mind, and think of yourself waking up in a cold, sterile, operational hospital that is completely empty. except for you and several others. None of you have any memory of who you are, where you are, or why you are there. And that's how every game of Coma Wars starts. But the replayability of this game, and there are so many options of storylines to go through, you are never going to play this game and experience it the same way twice. The game itself will play mind tricks with both the players and the characters during the course of this 2-act game. The first act, simply gathering clues, trying to learn things and get items that you feel. You don't know why, but you feel like you need them. And then when the clues are all found, you will discover what activity is going on. You will get a packet of cards, and they will tell you what it is. And there are many different horror styles, from psychological to Lovecraftian to demonic. You never know exactly what you're going to get here. And that's what makes the replayability amazing. Visually, the game is just as thematically pleasing. From the characters being these faceless, screaming, scared icons, something like out of a ultra-modern mannequin store, to the very fact that one of the identical sides of the board is drawn like a scratchy, handmade map by a madman. The pieces in this game, the slider to keep track of things like your strength and your sanity, the tokens that you are going to collect in the form of medical pills. This game was specifically made so that every aspect of it will drag you into this psychological horror. What are some of your favorite games to play for Halloween? Leave that in the comments below and let everyone know. I'm your buddy Big Johnny G for Two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming, and my friends, I am out of here.